Ukraine stands as a beacon of resilience in the face of adversity. The land, rich in history and culture, now bears the scars of a conflict that has captured the world's attention. The echoes of war reverberate not just within the borders of Ukraine but also across continents, influencing global dynamics in ways we are only beginning to understand. The war in Ukraine has unveiled a disturbing dichotomy in the world's perception of conflict. It has been observed that Western media's coverage of the Ukrainian crisis often emphasizes the tragedy of the conflict due to its predominantly white population, while downplaying the plight of people of color in the war-torn country. This racial bias and double standard in coverage have highlighted a poor understanding of history and the role of American leadership in the conflict. Such racial framing is a stark reflection of the global crisis of racism and xenophobia, interconnected with the violence in Ukraine and the rise of autocratic leaders. It is a call to solidarity with all Ukrainians, immigrants and refugees affected by the war. The ripple effects of the Ukrainian crisis have reached as far as Indonesia, where economic growth is expected to slow due to the weakening of commodity and energy prices, and the looming threat of a global recession. The disruption in wheat production in Ukraine has had a significant impact on Indonesia's food sector, contributing to rising inflation. In these trying times, it is crucial to remember that the actions of a few can affect the many, and the world stands interconnected in ways more profound than we often realize. Closer to the conflict, the personal rivalry between US President Joe Biden and Russian President Vladimir Putin has intensified. Putin's missiles struck Lviv, Ukraine during Biden's visit to Europe, disrupting the relative calm of the city and sparking a fiery response from the American president. Despite the White House's subsequent clarifications, Biden's remarks on Putin have become sharper, reflecting the unsettled atmosphere in Europe due to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. In a world where borders are becoming increasingly blurred, the Ukrainian crisis serves as a stark reminder of the global impact of regional conflicts. It has exposed the racial bias in media coverage, influenced economic shifts in distant countries, and intensified personal rivalries on the international stage. As the world watches, Ukraine stands defiant, a symbol of resistance in the face of adversity. In summary, it is clear that the war in Ukraine extends far beyond its geographical boundaries, affecting global racial perceptions, influencing distant economies, and escalating international tensions. As the world navigates this complex terrain, the need for unity, understanding, and solidarity becomes more apparent than ever. Ukraine's struggle is a shared struggle, and its triumph will be a shared triumph.